Hi guys, Wayne's Butler here. While we're into the review, I've had a really good look at this figure. And for you guys out there who plan on buying this figure, you're going to want to listen to this video from the very beginning to the very end, because I've run into a few things that you guys really should know about. I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And I'm going to give you my opinion right out of the gate. Before we get into it, I guess the big question is this figure worth the money? Despite what I paid, is it worth the retail cost? Is this thing worth... Kind of getting ahead of myself there saying the word worth, but this thing is not worth even retail, and I'll tell you why. Now there's some good things and there's some bad things. Now when I looked at this, I'm kind of comparing it to the DX12. Now in my opinion, if you have the DX12, keep it. I think it's a better representation, the body and everything, despite its flaws, despite some of the things that are wrong with it, and that this figure got right. Now, talk about the DX12. Actually, the best thing about this figure is, and the thing that caused the most controversy, it seems, I'm going to be giving you close-ups here in a minute, guys, is the head sculpt, or the cowl and the neck, or the neck is perfect. Thanks, they got that perfect. The cowl is actually very good. The eyes and the mouth and everything. I know there was some pictures that I'd seen that made you kind of go, oh Jesus. But it's the nicest thing, the nicest feature of the whole figure is the cowl and neck. And I'm wondering if that neck will fit on the DX12. Because if it does, you might have something there. I don't know if the neck post is going to be the same size. But the thing that's laughable is this cape. It's laughable. The rayon one, spandex thing that we got in the early days was actually a better cape. This is a cape that you would think belonged on a figure that was $100. I mean, it just it's one layer of material. It's a kind of a cottony lined faux satin. I don't know what it is, but it's very, you can't do anything with it. You can't do anything with it at all. Nothing. You can see it keeps falling back. I mean, that's easily rectified because you got the custom cape. So let's just say this figure's standing here now with the custom velvet cape. Yes, it'll look a lot better, for sure. Now I'm going to take the cape off because some of the interesting things are in the back. The cape actually attaches the same way. They all attach with a little clip. A little plastic clip. Oh, before I take this cape off, there's a wire in it. One that goes down about here, which is kind of a moot point. I mean, right now, in my opinion, without even second guessing myself, the '89 Batman right now is the single best 1/6 scale representation of a Batman, in my opinion. So that's the cape, easily rectified. So, but with the cape off, you get to see kind of what's really going on here now. When you look at the front of the figure, the bodysuit, well, it's reasonably straight, but it's all kind of crooked. Here, let me give you the close-ups now, guys. That way, it's easier to explain what I'm talking about. When I first looked at the front of this figure, the first thing I thought of was it looked like it got run over by a steamroller. The abs. I don't know if it's going to come through here on video very clear, but the abs look like flat. Really skinny in this area here. Like whatever they use for the underlying body, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's not bulky enough. Like I'm sitting here, through the view screen here, it doesn't look too bad, but I'm looking at this thing in person underneath bright light. So it's going to show everything. But that's what I'm seeing. That's what my eyes are seeing. That's what made me think, oh, geez, it's ever flat in here. It doesn't have any bulk. It doesn't have any, reality to the shape. It's not human-like, you know what I mean? Like when you see it in the movie. The belt is actually very good. Blink belt. Very, very nice. The cod piece is crooked. I don't know if you can see it there. It's kind of crooked. The chest piece Again, everything just doesn't seem like this figure is supposed to be taller than the DX02, but it doesn't seem to have the bulk. You know, the arm guards here, they got right, kinda, you know, like the underlying suit is, you know, where it's really kind of funky is right in here. See this shoulder thing? I know this video is not going to be really super sharp, guys, but I think you can see what I'm talking about here. This piece right there, it's way up on top of the arm here. Almost touches the arm, like it's not. The elbow is way the hell down in here some. The elbow is way, you know, way down in here somewhere. Oh, I can't do this with my hand. So, anyways, you know, the elbow is way down inside the gauntlet, and that arm, you know, that should be on the elbow, close to it. So the fact that it sticks out even with the arm straight down, I'm not a real big fan of that. And the way they did the suit, I mean, the whole idea of putting armor over top of a fabric suit, from a standpoint of a design or an idea, is actually very good. But the execution on this particular figure is not well done. It's not well done. I mean, the way they did the rear, you can see how it was installed on the body. But, I mean, you're not really going to look at the figure too much with the cape off. But you see how the back is just kind of flat? Like I said, it looks like it got run over by a steamroller. It's really skinny. I mean, you can't see it with the arms, but it's really skinny in the whole ab section. And it's got the magnetic head with the piers. Piers are just like the DX02 with the little tool that goes underneath. Like I say, the cowl and the neck is good, as I like. You see that shoulder piece I'm talking about, or elbow piece, I mean? Because of the fabric undersuit, it makes all the ab plates, or the plates that are glued to it, I mean, a lot of them are you know, acceptably straight, and some of them are just crooked, and aren't even glued down at all. You can't see this back one in particular. I don't think it was ever meant to be glued down. It's just kind of there. But there's you know, all that airspace underneath there. Just, again, if this figure was $100, I'd say, geez, it's pretty nice. The fact that we're paying close to $300 for this figure. I mean, I was talking about quality control there in my first vid. This just proves it. Just proves it. They really cheaped out. They really cheaped out when they did this figure. I know, guys, I'm shaking like a leaf here. I had a rough day. And the boots, they're split. You know, I'm not a really big fan of that, but you know, that was the only thing that was wrong that I could live with it. And the way they did the carbon fiber is, you know, much cheaper than the DX02. There's no real carbon fiber pattern. It's actually molded into the rubber like a texture, and then they just paint gray over top. Again, good idea, poor execution. The belt hooks up nice. You see the butt on the thing? It's got like 2 or 3 layers of that fabric, and it looks very, very unrealistic. Again, with the cape on, you're not going to see it. But, you know, again, when you're paying this kind of money for a figure, I don't know much more I can show you guys. I think you know what I'm talking about here. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad I bought this now, and I don't plan on getting rid of it for one reason and one reason only. It will look really good inside the bat. Really good inside the bat. This is actually more the pilot for the bat, because you're not going to see most of this stuff. So I'm going to keep it until they come out with that. Hopefully they're still doing it. Anyways, I think you've seen enough shaky shit here on the body, and I think you understand what I'm saying on those issues. Like, see, there's that. I don't know if you can see it. It's crooked. You try to straighten it out, it springs back. Like I keep saying, good idea, poor execution. Full of quality control issues. I hope to God the quarter scale isn't like this. It's giving me second thoughts, I'll tell you guys. I mean, it's not what you wanted to hear. You guys came to this channel because you want my honest opinion. Is it worth the money? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not going to yell and scream and curse. But I tell you, it sure makes me appreciate that IMO.BUT that I got in my bedroom a whole lot more. Not that I was unloving it. Anyways, it comes with the EMP gun. I didn't pull the tab. And I went over all this. Actually, the open mouth. Let's see if I can get a shot at it. It's kind of a moot point too. No, it's not going to be sharp enough. It's got teeth. Well done. Reminds me of the '89 Joker. There's that unloaded belt. And the stand. You know, the stand I actually love. I love the stand. Actually one of the nicest Dark Knight stands that I've seen to date. Oh, let me just back on the tripod, guys. Yeah, I'm no shape for one-handed video today, but like I said, my videos might be blurry, but my words will not be. Anyways, I'm not even inspired. You guys are going to ask me, are you going to build a diorama? Probably not. I'm not even remotely inspired, guys, to do a diorama for this figure. I'm not mad, or actually, well, I am kind of disappointed, but I'm not surprised. You know, I'm really not surprised. As soon as I heard that they were actually going to do this, gluing something on a fabric body, I got real nervous. Oh, one thing before I go, just wanted to show you. Now I know why the box is ripped. There's my shipper box. It got nailed in that one corner. That's why it's ripped. Thankfully, I haven't left feedback yet for this figure. When you're buying something, I've learned this early on, guys. When you buy something off of eBay, make sure you check over whatever you bought really well from front to back before you leave feedback. Because feedback is your trump card. Once you leave feedback and then you run into problems, it's a whole lot harder to get satisfaction. So I haven't left feedback yet, so I'm going to be letting Tony know that the box arrived damaged. All he did was wrap brown paper around it. He didn't even put bubble wrap. I mean, even with Tim Cent, some of the other guys that I usually buy from, at least they wrap, a couple of good layers of bubble wrap. All this had was brown paper in the bag that came with it, which I'm thankful for, but again, not a big issue. And speaking of customer service, and speaking about IMO.BUT, I haven't heard a thing. Haven't heard a thing from the RPG yet. I got a lot of lip service a couple weeks ago, but, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. But we'll see. I'm not going to prejudge. I don't mind waiting a little bit. I know it takes some time to, process things, so I'm going to be a little bit more patient. But I know, guys, this isn't what you wanted to hear. But it's my honest opinion. If anybody out there disagrees, by all means, you may feel differently. You may feel differently when you get the figure, but this is my opinion about what I have just seen. And that's about it. Until the next one, my good buddies. Wings Butler signing off. Peace and love to all.